problems. Let's now move on to the fifth point, that is the atomicity problems. File systems are really suffering from atomicity problems. What do we mean by this? It's really difficult to ensure atomicity in a conventional file processing system. What do we mean by this? Don't worry, I'm going to explain that now. See, any system, whether it is a hardware system or software system, any system is prone to failures, is subject to failure, isn't it? When a failure has happened, it is an expectation from that system to recover from failures. Of course, backup will be really helpful in doing this. So obviously, restoration of data is a very essential thing when the system encounters failure. Now, when we have a backup, we can easily restore the data. I'm not talking about the problem of backup here. I'm talking about atomicity problems. What do we mean by this? See the example, then you will be able to understand this. Let's say I'm doing a fund transfer and I'm going to enforce a condition that transaction should be atomic. It means the transaction should fully complete or none. I know things will be unclear. When we see an example, then it will be easy for you to understand. Let's bring in a table here. Let's assume I'm going to do a fund transfer from A's account to B's account. So this is what the example that I was talking about. Let's assume before the transaction is started, A is having the account balance of $1,000 and B is actually having the account balance of $500. And let's assume the transfer operation is carried out from A's account, transfer of $500 from A to B. It means from A, I'm withdrawing $500 and the new balance for A will be only $500 because this $500 is debited to A's account and it is expected to be credited to B's account, isn't it? So at this stage, A is having a new balance of $500. Remember, the debit operation is completed, but still the credit operation is not completed. After debit is completed, let's assume the system has undergone a failure. In that case, the value is actually debited and A is ended up with only $500. And if you note here, the value is not credited to B's account. B is also with $500 only. When a system is accepted, if A is $500 and B is $1,000, it means amount is debited to A's account and credited to B's account. That's perfect. Otherwise, the money should have not been debited to A's account so that consistency is maintained. See, this is a real problem when we deal about transactions when we use files as a backend. So what condition I am enforcing is, if a transaction is started, it should complete till the last. When the source account is debited, then the destination account should be credited. So I am enforcing a condition, if a transaction is started, it should complete all, otherwise none. Say if a failure has happened here, then the transaction should be revoked to the previous stage with A is equal to 1000 and B is equal to 500. Even if there are some statements executed and if there is a failure, so system should identify this failure and it should revoke it to the original place like this. A is equal to 1000 and B is equal to 500. So what we are achieving? All or none, right? If all, then good. If none, that is also good. Partial execution obviously is not good in this stage. And that's why we want to enforce atomicity constraints to this. And that's why I am telling you file system has a lot of atomicity problems, whereas DBMS is very good in this perspective.